Hi guys, my name is Jack. So I'm originally from Shanghai, China, but actually came to the UK to study about 10 years ago now. So for A-levels, I did it in England, studied like the standard economics, maths, and a few other languages. And then I moved on to university to do a degree in economics. I actually decided to do the city investment training course after being recommended by one of the former students. And then I was lucky enough to meet Samir and Ali on the course. So I think, yeah, the course has been really helpful, especially when I was applying to investment banks, especially like the bulge brackets as well as the elite boutiques. So I think similar to what Ali said earlier, just having that knowledge like accounting, financial modeling, as well as valuations. Those are some stuff you don't usually learn, like by being an undergrad in economics. Those are usually like more master's content. So having that on my CV at a relatively early stage of my university time really helped me to get myself like into the door of banking. So like understanding what they look for, being able to answer the interview questions, and that led me to actually secure internship at Goldman last summer. So yeah, after having that first internship, it just became a bit easier to go from there.
How important was city investment training for you to first get an interview and then answer the interview questions? And then how important was the training when it came to actually performing on the job day to day?
Sure. So I guess, yeah, starting from the first step, so like trying to break into that, getting your first interview, so your CV, right? So having city investment training on my CV was definitely really helpful because when I initially applied to Spring Weeks in the UK, which is for first years, I was quite limited in terms of the interviews I was getting. But after having city investment training, I just noticed there was such a substantial jump in the rate where I can break into that first round. So I think it's important because the recruiters do usually tell me that you have a really impressive CV. This is because you show you have done financial modeling, you have done valuations, those are stuff that you would usually use on a daily basis. And the thing is, like when you go to banking, a lot of the trainings sometimes are not as in depth as city investment training. So having that knowledge is really helpful on your CV to begin with. And then in terms of answering interview questions, so when you apply to some internships, off cycles, as well as grad schemes, usually there's quite a bit of a mix of valuations as well as market and sometimes M&A questions, which can be thrown at you. So this is usually the case with elite boutiques, in my experience, a little bit more. So they will actually grill you down on DCFs, a bit of difference within the DCFs, like how you calculate WACC. So having city investment training to give you that mock interviews, giving you that knowledge, I thought that was really helpful when I did my interviews back last year. And lastly, in terms of actually working on the job, so my role was within sort of the leverage finance world, where the work is usually done with leverage buyout models. So there's less involvement of building the three-statement operating model because usually the sponsor send it to you. But having, going through building your own leverage buyout, going through the pay down with Amir, that just really helped me to understand how the bank is trying to understand the returns of the LBO and how if you want to do the deal or not. So being able to do that yourself makes it a lot easier when you go into the job. So you can just like hit it straight on the first day or first few weeks, and just gets much easier as if you have that experience before that.